What's up, guys? It's Jasper. Don't have a YouTube channel, but I'm gonna hop right into this. I'm sure everyone's heard the news about Kobe Bryant, and that was a tragedy. I want to say first off, my condolences to his family. Um, okay, and so I think a couple things about this was a little bit odd. When I first heard it, all I read was a news article, and it said just the heading: Kobe Bryant dies in helicopter crash. And I thought to myself, that just sounds very strange. First off, I've flown in helicopters before and I've spoke to pilots myself, and they personally told me that without an engine, they could still land this helicopter properly on the ground without anyone getting injured. So if you do research, if you know people in the aviation field, if you know people in the Air Force, you can talk to them, and everyone knows and says and agrees that helicopters are a lot more safer than planes. It's just a given. You're more likely to crash in a plane than a helicopter. Okay, so if everyone saw the news channel about the sound engineer talking about what he heard before the helicopter crashed in the distance in the hills of, Calabasas, California. But basically the sound engineer was saying that from listening before the crash, the helicopter was in a manual state. That means that the pilot was manually controlling this. There was no autopilot, and he said it was, I don't know the terminology specifically, but he basically said that the pilot was in control of the craft, that he may have been disoriented due to low-hanging clouds, that there was like a lot of fog in the air, but that just doesn't quite add up. That's not a good enough excuse that you're a trained pilot and you don't know where you're at, you're disoriented, you don't know the geography of the hills and valleys while you're chauffeuring this celebrity and his daughter, to this game where he's about to have a meeting with all these people. But anyway, it just seems a little bit odd to me, so I just wanted to lay out some things, bring up some questions. Maybe it sounds on the verge of conspiracy, but I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I just don't believe what I'm fed immediately by the media. It's amazing what people will believe. Our government has shown its ability to manipulate the masses many times in the past with syphilis in the 1930s, SV40 with the polio, the Gulf of Tonkin in 1960s with the Vietnam. The JFK assassination is really hard to prove, but there is an entire book that won a Nobel Peace Prize, I'm pretty sure, by Jim Mars. It's called Crossfire. All of these are just lies that the government has told us in the past. MK Ultra, the LSD experiments, the list goes on. But basically, Kobe Bryant was a celebrity. He has a lot of money. He has a lot of fame. Maybe there was a reason that the government wanted to take him out. So I'm just going to throw up some question marks. I know that in the past there was something about a sex scandal allegations, so that could have been a reason. I know he's got a lot of money. Maybe he had information or some intel that he was about to expose someone with, and they didn't like that, so they put a kill or a hit on him. Some people say it was to promote LeBron. His last Twitter post was congratulating LeBron or something like that, so they're trying to move him to the spotlight. I don't know. There's a lot of talk about it, but in essence, a helicopter is extremely safe. If you're a pilot, you're not going to be disoriented and crash directly into a hill. So my theory is they created a smoke screen. You can call me crazy. They created a smoke screen, and as they were going through the smoke screen, I think the pilot dispatched out of the plane and parachuted on the other side of the hill. And that's why the sound engineer heard the plane or the helicopter in a manual state, which meant it was hovering very slow. So I think he left the helicopter to hover very slow as he jumped out and saved himself. The pilot apparently is unknown, which is bogus. That already is insane. So they don't even know who was operating the plane or, the helicopter. Anyway, it's all really confusing. It just brings a lot of question marks to me. I don't for 1 minute believe that this was an accident. So I don't know what the full story is, but there's just way too many things going on and I mean, also in the height of the coronavirus, that kind of seems like it's there to help mask the media and divert the attention on this subject. But I know there's a lot more smarter people out there that are going to do better research than me and put it together. And for now, I'm not sure what to believe, but I just don't think the story adds up. I really think the pilot crashed the helicopter into a hill and he jumped out, so no one saw him. It was in a remote location in the hills, and they're just using wordplay and the most reasonable thing that people will believe that supports, what they believe. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I have. So, if anyone has anything to add or you want to critique me, whatever, go for it. So, I just wanted to post a video about it because I think it was an assassination and he was set up. So, there you go.